Welcome to Geek Philosophy, where we love geeky wisdom. If you're new to the channel, I'm Brian, and today I have Crystal.
Hi.
And Ethan.
Hello.
And the three of us are sharing our home game. We're going to be playing the Guardians of Getica campaign setting, so we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with that. But today is a special Halloween version of the game, so you can see we are in character as best as possible. So thank you for our special makeup artist, Crystal, for helping us out with all of our costume design and makeup for this episode. So let's jump in. We're going to talk a little bit about what Guardians of Getica is for those of you that are new, and then we will do an intro to our players and characters. So first and foremost, Guardians of Getica is a campaign setting. You can use this campaign setting with any tabletop role-playing game that you like. We have our own version that we'll share shortly. And the Guardians are the members of the Guardians of Getica organization. They're sort of a subset of the Royal Academy. So students join the Academy, and then some of them choose to become members of the Guardians. So it's the younger members of society that are the main group of Guardians that are in this organization. However, there are also elders that join the Guardians as well, and they help guide them on the field trips and, community building exercises within the realm. But the real key to all this is it's also a secret organization. It has a purpose, and that is to battle against the Frights. And Frights are these entities, these monsters that are around society, causing mischief and creating fear, and they want to do this because they feed off of that fear, and that's what keeps them going. So the Guardians of Getica are this organization that is basically out to protect the realm from the Frights. So the Guardians at the younger age can perceive them, the elders at their age, whatever that elder age is to you, can perceive them, but the group in the middle, most of the adults of the realm, don't know about them, don't remember the Frights, they forget them when they get to their adult years. So it's an important sort of intergenerational type of collaboration. We're using Lorekeeper, which is our homegrown rule set for playing this game. But again, you could play it with Dungeons & Dragons, you could use Pathfinder, you could use any other tabletop role-playing game system that you like. The key is the setting itself. So let's jump in and meet our Guardians for today. We'll start with you, Crystal. Please make sure that you get a chance to describe yourself, the personality for your character, and why you decided to join the Guardians. And Ethan, you'll do the same for your character. We'll start first, like I said, with Wisteria Flufferton, who is Crystal's character. I can see twice on screen because an amazing job with your costume. So tell us a little bit about Wisteria.
Okay, so Wisteria is fun-loving, bubbly, older bunny folk. She has her own alchemy shop where she brews potions with her husband, and she is a grand bunny. So she has a granddaughter who is going to the academy. And as she got older, she started remembering being a guardian herself, and it's led her into wanting to help and take on missions for the young guardians, and also to kind of keep an eye on her granddaughter. But she is bubbly and cutesy.
Very cool. And let's move right into Ethan. You can tell us a little bit about Evan Dragonclaw.
So he is he tries to be a comedian. He's really one of the comedians at Guardians. He's really nice. So really everyone is his friend at Guardians because they think he's funny, they think he's nice. So not a whole lot of people don't like him at Guardians or at headquarters. Yeah. He joined the Guardians because that like the Frights were causing mischief and being like causing a ruckus around his like hometown, like his local area. So he just decided that he could like do something about it, and that's why he just joined the Guardians.
Very cool. And for those of you that don't know, you have two forms of
Oh yeah.
Claw, right? You have which we can kind of see both of them right now on you. So we have this human boy form, but then you have the shift that you do, right?
Yeah, so he is a dino shifter. It kind of runs in his family. It's a genetic gene that his family has. But whenever he shifts into his dino form, like his personality changes. He gets a little bit like cunning, smarter, stronger. He gets like both types of attributes, physical and mental, because like his personality changes, and also he, as you can see in the picture, he just really changes his physical form too. So
very cool. So we've got some pretty good variety here with the Guardians and what you're able to do, and everybody's got their strong suits. So, all right, are you ready for your mission briefing?
Yep.
Yes.
Very cool. So we are going to go to the Nexus board. The Nexus board is sort of a magical bulletin board that people use throughout this realm, where they can go take a look at regular pieces of paper or that things that are posted, signs and things like that. But also there are mystic messages that are also embedded sometimes that will catch the attention of those who are supposed to see them. And this is how you're going to be getting your mission briefing today. So let's take a look at today's mission briefing.
Guardians, we need your assistance. The ancient sword known as Skyshard, one of the first weapons forged for the Guardian Protectors, has been missing for several years. Recently, rumours have surfaced that the sword may be hidden deep within the ruins beneath Mount Kremer. There are also reports that frights may be involved, lurking in the shadows of the ruins. Skyshard is a symbol of the Guardian legacy, and returning it would restore an important piece of our history. Your mission is to journey to Mount Kremer, search the ruins, and retrieve Skyshard. Once secured, bring it back to the Royal Academy for safekeeping. Remember the Guardian's pledge. Spread the message. Reconnect with the Elders. Protect the realm.
All right, so we've got our briefing. Any initial thoughts about this mission?
So for not for me, not really. Do you think that you have any ideas, Wisteria?
I think it's going to be so fun. I'm super excited to go.
I am glad to hear that. So, any questions about what you heard in the briefing? Anything I can, clarify for you, or do you feel like you're ready to go and start your journey to Mount Kremer?
I just want to know. What was that? I just heard something, but never mind. Does the sword have any like magical properties, anything like that? Just wondering.
That is a great question. Why don't you do a, let's see. Well, you tell me. Taking a look at your character sheet, your role sheet, tell me what skill do you think you would be taking a look at to figure out that, or to try to remember that?
Like, what do you mean by that? Like,
well, you tell me. Like, if in looking at your role, like if you look at your skills that you have, which one of those skills is the one that you would want to check in on? You have some skills that are kind of knowledge based and remembering things, some things.
I have nature.
Okay.
And so that's really the only thing.
Okay. Do you want to take a chance at figuring out if you remember anything from the natural world that might have talked about what the properties of this sword are? So let's do it. Let's do a check.
First roll of the day is a nat 20.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
So, yeah, so
there it is.
So what you remember, that's great. So what you remember is that based on your Guardians training and being a member of the Guardians for a while now, you remember that the Astari steel weapons that you carry were rumored to be from the forge that's nearby, and the mineral and the ore that they use for that metal was rumored to be from a meteorite that hit the area. And so the metal that's actually used in your Asteri steel weapons and armor and things that you use has the power to fight against the Frights. And they think it has to do with the nature of the metal. It's from this other world that just kind of crash landed here. The other thing that you remember with that great roll is that it ended up, pieces of it got into the soil around the forest where the Guardian headquarters is. And so Ironwood Forest, the trees, started getting some of the same property. So that's why the ironwood that people use for their staves and their wands and things like that also has that same property that the Asteri metal is. So you know at least it's a great weapon against Frights. You're not sure, you don't have any other information about whether there were specific things. Maybe, Wisteria, you might want to try to do some type of a history or to see what you feel is a good...
Yes. Let's do a history.
Which skill would you like to try there?
Either history or culture, I would think. I'm not proficient in either one, but I think we'll give it a go and see what we get.
I forgot to add my proficiency.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said I forgot to add my proficiency.
That's okay.
It's okay, though. I mean, I got a nat 20, so...
14 on history.
Yeah, so with the 14, you are at least able to remember that, yes, that there is something special about this sword. We know that it was one of the first ones that were ever forged for the Guardian. So this would have been around the formation of the Guardian organization. And at that time, they were still learning and things like that. So you remember that some of those artifacts that were created, or those items that were created for those first groups, especially the first protectors, had some extra magical properties to them besides just being Asteri. But you're not sure specifically about this one yet. But you do know that there's probably information out there that maybe other elders or other guardians might know about.
Cool. Very, very cool.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay, so I tell Evan what I know, and then I'm ready to hit the road.
All right. Very good. So, are we ready to head to Mount Kremer to go figure out what's going on, both of you?
I am.
Yeah. How long does it take to get there?
So, I would say that you would be traveling for a day or two, probably 2 days. But we'll start as you move into Mount Kremer. So we'll talk about how you enter in. So tell me, would you rather be taking a carriage ride into Mount Kremer? Would you rather be traveling on foot? It's really up to you. We're going to start as you enter into the area.
I say carriage ride.
Yeah. I say carriage ride.
Okay, yeah, so might as well take it easy as you go, right? So, okay, so great. As you journey towards Mount Kremer, you are let off right at the edge. There's a little stopping post where the carriage usually stops so that people can venture off into the farmland to visit people or to go into the city itself. But so there's a steep path that goes through some thinning trees from the roadway right up to where the main area of town is. And as you walk up this path after leaving the carriage, the air is starting to grow a little cooler as you ascend up to the mountain, and the village comes into view. And you can see it perched right along top of the mountain. And this is Mount Kremer. You remember hearing about it, you remember seeing it as you go by. It may be something that you've visited before in the past, but you can also see that there are sort of fortified stone walls that are going around the edge of this city. And it looks as if that this was, at one point, sort of a fortress city, a well-fortified city for wars that may have been going on in the past. And so as you approach the gate, the village feels welcoming, but it doesn't, it doesn't seem to feel like some of the previous missions that you were on before where, you kind of felt the fright activity as you were entering. This feels nice. Everybody feels peaceful. There are cottages and there are shops and there are children playing, and you even smell freshly baked bread in the air from one of the local bakeries. So you can sort of see as you enter into the city that this feels like a good place to live. It feels like people are happy. So based on what the mission briefing said, that the problem lies not here, but in the underground ruins of an ancient place that are attached to this mountain somewhere else. So this is sort of where the modern stuff is. How do you find where the other things are? That's where you're sort of thinking, oh, how do I get to where we might be able to go delve in deep and find this lost sword? So that's what you're sensing. That's what you're seeing as you go in. You guys tell me, what would you like to do as your first step?
I kind of want to go inside. I want to go in the village. So,
so if where we get dropped off, it's like, so we would be entering a village or this city that had all of the fortified walls and things, and do we get kind of the sense that maybe we would have to go through the village, or we have to get clues as to where the entrance is, I guess, to the underground
so I
portion?
think you're both right. Going into this, it's really a city that you're moving into.
Okay.
That's really the only place that you know. Now, you don't have to go in. You could start to explore the wilderness around it and start looking for other ways outside of the walls to try to find your way into the ruins. You just don't know where they are. And so it really is up to you. If like Evan was saying, if you want to go into the village first and investigate, ask, you can do that. If you want to search around the perimeter and see if you can find where those ruins are and how to get in, that's up to you too. So it's really your choice of how you want to proceed. So I'll let you two work it out and decide.
I don't think it would hurt to maybe go in and see if we can, ask around a little bit to see if anybody knows where there might be some ruins. What do you think, Evan?
Yeah, I think if anybody knows about the whereabouts of the sword, like if they know anything about the sword at all.
Well, we might not want to ask them if they know about the sword. We probably just need to ask them if they know where the ruins are, because we don't want anybody to know, I think, that we're coming to try to find a sword.
Yeah.
Just in case they don't have good thoughts about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So can we walk in? I said, did they have gates? Are there people guarding the gates? You said it's kind of welcoming, so...
Yeah, so there are, it's a great question. So there are walls and there are gates, but the gates are currently open and there are guards that are stationed out there, but it's more or less just kind of manning the gates. They're not checking people as they go in and out. You can freely come in and out of the city as you like to, and people are. It's pretty busy. You do see that there's sort of an office right by the gates as you go in, or as you look through the gates to the inside. And it seems to be sort of a central office where people can go in, sort of where the city officials might be as they're checking things in and out, or if they're signing for deliveries, or checking orders that are coming through the gate from the guild coalition. Sometimes there's, a bunch of wheat coming in from one guild, or, new supplies from another guild, or things like that. So there's sort of a little trade outpost office. And then you do see a couple people that are sort of talking over to the side by the gatehouse. One in particular, Evan, can you roll a perception check for me?
Okay. No way.
What?
How in
roll another 20?
God, I did.
You get another 20?
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. So.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Yeah. So this is.
You got to save some of those for fighting.
Well, I would say though that sometimes these are just as important, right? Like where you can pick up on things that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise.
God.
I would say this is one of those times because Evan, as you glance over, there's one person that was finishing up the conversation over by the guardhouse. It looks to be a guard or a member of the town guard for this city, and he's not that much older than you. He's a little older than you, but you can vaguely remember when you first got to the Royal Academy. You vaguely remember seeing him around at the Royal Academy. You don't remember his name, but you remember seeing him. And he was a little bit ahead of you in years. And you think that you remember this guy as being one of the assistant instructors for the protectors in the battle school. And so it may be that this person is a guardian, at least attached to the Royal Academy, but you also can tell, based on that great roll that you just had, you can also tell that he is an adult now.
Okay. So he wouldn't know.
Very familiar.
He probably doesn't know about the whereabouts of the Guardians probably anymore. Like, yeah. So I'm just gonna tell Wisteria what I saw. I'm gonna tell her that that guy used to be a part of Guardians, I believe. And I think he was one of the assistant instructors for the battle program.
That's great, young Evan. Let's go over and talk to him. Then that way, at least he knows, we're here on a trip from the school, so he can help us, I'm sure. So, can we walk over to him and I'll just say, "Hi, young man. Hi. If I'm not mistaken, I think that we've all come from the academy. Were you a member of the Royal Academy? Young Evan here thinks that he remembers you from being, a battle instructor."
Why, actually, yes. I just graduated just a few years back, actually. It's good to see both of you. I don't remember you from there myself, but I'm very pleased to meet another member of the Academy. That is great. And are you on a trip today, on one of your field trips?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We're on an exploration trip.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And you said your name was Evan?
Yes.
And I'm Wisteria Flufferton.
Evan and Wisteria, it's great to read. I am Miguel Reyes. I am very happy to meet both of you. It's good for you to be in this area, which I must say, it is my favorite post that I've had since leaving the academy. I just left the academy, this is my first post, actually. But I love, this is an amazing job. I am one of the prestigious guards here at this area. Some might say one of the most prestigious guards here at this area. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. It's my first job, but
And I'm sure you're doing wonderful. And I just pat him on his shoulder.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What can I help you with?
Well, we are here specifically to explore the ruins. Would you happen to know where they are?
Pretty sure that's not the best place to. Did you see the bakery right over there? It's pretty.
Oh, I'm sure there's some delicious pastries, but really our mission and our little he's got to get a badge for, exploration of old ruins. So we are trying super hard to get that knocked out today. and you're just the guy to help us, right?
Yeah. Well, I kind of remember going on a field trip to the ruins when I was a little younger. I think I know where the path is, but I have to say it's probably not a good idea. I mean, it's a little dangerous. I don't think anybody's been down there for a while. I would recommend, they have amazing croissant. They have croissant. It is delicious. They have so many flaky pastries right there in that bakery over there. It's pretty amazing. I would have that instead of dark, damp ruins underneath the mountain. It just sounds better to me.
Okay. Well, I'm sure I can go get you a pastry if you'd like. While you explain to us where the ruins are, we can make it worth your while.
Please, I need that badge. I need it. I need that badge, please.
Wisteria,
we're safe.
Give me a persuasion check, please.
Yes.
I'm proficient in persuasion.
I'm not.
Okay. Would you like to
And
help
I
her,
rolled a...
or...
You want to help me?
Yeah. I want to beg.
So that means that you can have... you're aiding her, so that way she can roll twice. So she gets advantage if you're helping her.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 12 and an 18.
Ooh. Okay, look. I don't... As long as you're, man, kind of watching out for him. No offense, Evan. It's just... I would probably not be doing my job as a protector of the city if I just let everybody go into ancient ruins without at least some type of guardian, with them. So, Wisteria, if you promise to accompany him and you're going for official Royal Academy field trip business, then yes. And then he tells you, he goes into explains like where to leave the city to go down, and there's a path, and he gives you all the directions for going down the path to where this is, and it's really at the base of the mountain, he explains, and so that you'll know exactly how to get there. So great job persuading him too.
Awesome. Thank you, young Miguel. You have been such a help today. I'll make sure to grab you a pastry on the way back.
Well, that's really... really nice of you. I'm not supposed to, take gifts, but I appreciate that. So it's very, very nice of you to do that. And Evan, I will say, I like your emblem on your armor. It's pretty amazing. I vaguely remember having something similar to that in the past, but I don't know. It's been a while. Maybe I had one. Who knows? Had I think it was a chain with a little thing on it. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to probably get back to work. They can't, do much around here without me. So I'm going to get back to, guarding stuff. All right. Good day to you. And then he moves off into, it looks like trying to keep himself busy because there's nothing happening. Everybody's just having a good time.
Okay.
Great job. So what would you like to do now?
I want to go to the ruins.
Want to head down there
head toward,
where he's told us to go?
Directions? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
oh, Lord.
As you start heading down the path, it's sort of, a pretty good amount of effort to make it through this path because you're finding it okay. But It appears to be overgrown a little bit now, and it's a little precarious to get through some of the sections. It narrows down, and it's been overgrown by some shrubbery, and some of the trees have fallen, and you're having to get around it, but you're actually able to, with that help, kind of find your way towards where this hidden entrance might be, but you're down at the base of the mountain. So you've had to wind through Switchback Trail down the mountain, and you can see that the entrance is pretty narrow, and there are stone steps at the end of the path that are going, and these are definitely carved, constructed stone steps now, and they are descending into darkness. And it becomes cooler and damp as you move towards the beginning of this path, and you can hear sort of the faint sound of wind kind of going through the area, and the shadows are flickering along the entrance of this cave. Not really cave, because it's been constructed. I want you both to do a history check for me.
Oh, man. I got an 11.
16.
20.
No,
16.
I have yet to have a 20.
Wisteria. Some of the architecture and the way things are carved really remind you of some things that you remembered in your own schooling years ago. And you are now starting to put together that based on where this ruin is and the city that you're around, that these may be the ruins of one of the outpost keeps of the Donran Empire. And the Donran Empire was an ancient empire that was around before even Getica was a kingdom. And these ancient outposts have been discovered throughout history. People have uncovered them. And so it makes sense that people would have had a field trip to go explore and do things to check out some of these older civilizations that were there before Getica. And so you just have a flashback, not necessarily a memory, but just a flashback of recollection to a lesson that you might have had about the Donran Empire and how they were widespread and everywhere throughout the entire continent of Ventus. So this is a interesting find that you're now stepping into the past with these ruins.
Okay, so I just give Evan the lowdown on all that, and I say, oh, these look like Donran Empire ruins. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So I pull out a torch and I light it since it's getting, shadows and it's getting dark and stuff, and I have a torch in my hand.
Awesome. And so, Evan, are you both gonna go in, or is there anything you want to do before you enter into the ruins?
I'm just gonna go in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll follow behind.
Can I kind of like shapeshift one of my fingers into a claw and then just bring it, just drag it across the wall, so it creates little tiny sparks, and it kind of provides a little bit of a light source.
Yeah, so, and then you're able to scratch it, and it sparks a little bit, and it also marks a little bit on the wall as if marking your trail, so you can see where it was behind. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Cool. All right, so I have the torch, so I'll go first so that I can kind of light our way too. So I'll head on in.
Excellent.
Look around, make sure that there's nothing that looks kind of scary, at the entrance, but...
So as you descend down these steps, you go probably 50 or 60 feet down underground. You're now underneath the base of this mountain. And so as you step forward, you're into this large stone chamber. And it is definitely built with brick. It is carved in some areas, but it is structure. It's not just a rough cavern. And you can see that this seemed to probably be some type of guard station long ago, because or even like a reception hall or something. It's where people would have started their entry into this, because the walls, from the torchlight and looking around, you can see there are faded carvings of knights, and there's also a long stone counter that sits along one of the walls where the guards probably would have, posted up and greeted people as they come in. And the floor is covered with, rubble and dust and a little bit of dampness. So it's sort of a mix of old pieces of stone that might have fallen down, or a little bit of pooled water, just from moisture that's collected. And as you look forward, you see that there is a set of double doors directly on the other side of the path, which must be the main entrance into this realm. But is there anything you'd like to do in this room before approaching those doors?
I don't really want to do anything. Can I go up to the door and to make sure it's not like locked or anything?
Yeah, so as you walk up to the door, you can see that it doesn't seem to be locked that you can tell, but it's going to take some effort to push and move them open. Wisteria, anything you'd like to do as he's checking out the doors?
Yeah, just a quick look around with the torch to see if there's anything hiding, or, you said there's just stuff everywhere. So I just want to kind of look around and see if there's anything I can find, or if there's anything,
Yeah, so if you could make an investigation check for me.
10.
So you do see that there's a little bit of rubble that just looks like it's not in the same position as some of the other pieces, meaning it's been disturbed more recently. You don't know how much more recently, but more recently than some of the other pieces that in this room.
Okay, so can I just kind of minor magic, maybe move them aside a little bit and see if there's anything underneath?
Sure. As you move some of the pieces of rock and stone out of the way, it catches a little bit into your torchlight. You see a little gleam, a little bit of a shiny thing.
All right. Well, can I put the torchlight closer and look at it and kind of reach down to pick it up if it looks like it's something that's safe to pick up?
So it looks as if there is a small medallion with a little chain on it, and it appears to be the same guardian spear symbol as what protectors might wear on their armor or around their neck.
That might be the thing that Miguel was talking about that he wore, and he probably lost it in here.
Okay, well, I pick it up and I look at it, and I'll just put it in one of my pockets.
Okay. Very good.
And then I'll go back over to Evan and, just tell him I found a little medallion. I'll show it to him, tell him I found a little medallion, and put it back in my pocket and follow him, because he's up at the doors, I guess.
Anything else you'd like to do in the room before we go to the doors? Or are you good?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
So
go ahead.
Is there like a handle to the doors? I mean, probably, but...
Yeah, there's a handle there that you can push and see if you can open it up. But it seems to be stuck. Seems like it's not that it's locked, it just seems to be stuck and won't open.
Does it need door kicking?
Is this going to become a thing?
Wait.
So I'll help him.
If I kick it, will I get in trouble?
Probably.
Oh,
Or you'll alert whatever's here that we're here. Can I help him try to push it? Maybe
Sure,
the both
so
of us
you,
together could.
Yeah, so both of you roll either both of you can roll, or if you want to give the other person advantage, you can do that.
I will give Ethan advantage. So roll 2 20s.
So, am I... Wait. Okay, I got a 17.
And then I would say, because you're attacking the door, basically, you're pushing the door, I would say you could use your proficiency dice if you want to add to it.
Okay. Well, I exactly got the amount that I need to get a 20.
So you got your total was 20?
Yes, what is wrong with me getting 20s?
So tell me how you, Wisteria, tell me how you're helping Evan.
I am... Give me a second. I am holding the torch out so that we can see really well, and I'm helping him lean on it, and like I'm behind him, but I'm helping him kind of lean on it and push really hard.
Okay, so you push, and Evan, as you give one final, you push the door open, and it opens up into another hallway, and the hallway beyond seems to venture maybe about 20 or so feet down, and then based on the light that you can see now, then it splits. So it's like a T-junction. You can see down the end of the hallway, and there's a right turn or a left turn. And that's what you can see at this point right now.
Okay, so I have the torch. I start heading down the hallway, kind of, looking side to side to see if I see anything before we get to the split.
Okay, so as you look through, it just appears to be in a similar sort of circumstance as the room that you're in, where you've got these stone construction walls, and not much rubble in this room. It seems to be pretty open until you get to where the T-junction, where it splits into the two left and right path.
Evan, which way do you think we should go?
Right is always right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure. Can I glance down both sides and see if there's anything that looks like a clue to head one way or the other?
If you look down both directions, they look like the same. It's a long hallway on either side with a door at the end of both. So it looks like it's symmetrical. Like if you look down the left, it looks the same as what's down the right. But there is a door at the end of those hallways, about twice as long of a hallway as what you just walked down to get to this junction.
Okay, well, I guess we'll take your way, Evan, and go to the right.
To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right.
Okay, so head that way. Is there anything on the door, or is it just a regular door, like nothing special?
So as you go down that hallway, and then you get to the door, it looks like it's a similar door structure that what you saw previously, except this is a single door. The hallway here is about half the size. It's a little narrower than the big hallway that you just came down to before getting to the junction. So it's a single door this time instead of the double door that you both just pushed through.
Okay. I'll see if I can open it.
All right, let's see. It appears to be locked.
You know what time it is.
Oh, gosh. Can we go try the other one first before you kick this one down? Can we go? Let's go see if the other side is locked, too.
Aww.
I promise you can kick one down. Both of them are locked. You can kick one down. So I'll walk down the other hallway to see if I can get that other door if it's locked too.
Please,
all right. So again, similar thing. There's a little bit of stone rubble on the floor as you go through. This one also seems to be locked.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will walk back over to Evan then. What does the lock look like? It
just seems like when you try to unlatch the door, there's it just won't work. So you're not sure how the lock is engaged.
Okay.
There's not a keyhole or anything like that you can see.
Okay, I won't kick the door down, but I will still inflict some damage on it, because what I can do is I can just punch a hole through it and then try to unlock it from the other side.
Okay, so let me make clear. So all of these doors that you're coming across are stone.
Oh, they're stone?
Yeah. I figured.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to
Kick it down.
Okay, so it's stone. Can we? And you said the latch is not working.
There's like some type of a metal latch that it looks like you push or pull, but no matter which way you try, it's not unlocking the pivoting door of this stone door.
Okay.
Can we still try to kick it down, but just like instead of like trying to like actually inflict damage and like punch it almost, but like just instead just put pressure on it and then push it down?
So say this again. So what are you trying to do with the door?
Like instead of like full on attacking it and trying to like break it, just like push it down instead.
Like try
So
to push it really hard.
to open it. You're pushing.
Yeah, we're just trying to open it.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were trying to do for all the doors. Are you trying to just attack the door to make it into rubble, or are you pushing the door open?
Oh. Let's push the door really hard. Oh gosh. Okay.
So you're beating the doors up. You're not just pushing the doors up. You're saying. Okay.
That was before I heard that they were so.
Okay, so what's the plan? What are you doing?
Push it down with feet.
Okay. You're pushing it down with your
Yeah,
feet?
try whatever you want to try, man.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay,
I'm
so you're
gonna
kicking
try
the door down.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically,
all right.
yeah.
So go ahead and roll. Let's attack the door. So go ahead and roll your 20. Add your proficiency dice.
I got a 13.
Yeah, so not really moving.
Oh, well, that sucks. Can we look around to see if there's like a key or anything, or like
Or
anything
latch,
to help
like,
open
or
the
like
door?
a lever or anything.
Secret
Yeah, so
doorway?
roll an investigation check for me.
I got a 2.
14.
Yeah. 14. With a 14. So Mysteria, you are sort of like checking the door, and you notice that on the side of the wall next to where the door is, that one of the bricks is slightly different. And when you push the brick, it releases and opens the door.
Okay, awesome. Oh, I got it open. I push it in, open the door.
You were at you turned left to open, or you turned right and opened that door? Which one did you go to?
So we went right first, and then we went to left, and I think we're back at the right?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so it opens, and it looks like you can kind of see in a little bit with your torchlight.
Okay.
That this must be some sort of armory. It's a smaller room than even the first one you were in, but it looks like there are weapon racks that are lining the wall, and some of them are old, rusted equipment. It's been a long time since this stuff has been there, and there's old what appears to be sort of like training dummies, like pushed over and like slumped over at the side, or starting to fall apart. And so it looks as if this is probably where they stored the weapons and equipment for training for this outpost.
Are there any like weapons that look like they're not almost broken?
Well, you'd have to go in to find out a little bit more for you're still sort of looking into the door. So if you want to enter the room and investigate a little bit further, you can do that.
I want to step in.
Okay, so
Do you want me to hand you the torch, or do you want me to come in behind you?
Okay. So Evan goes in, and then Wisteria, and then you are starting to look around, and they kind of all look like older weapons that are kind of rusted through for the most part, or at least not in great condition. It's not that they're broken, it's just that they're old and have been sitting here, and it's been damp in here for a while, so they're not in really good working condition. However, as you come in, the shadows in the room in the corner start to swirl a little bit. And then all of a sudden, several shadows enter into the training dummies. And the training dummies stand up and they start moving, kind of like broken, like ratcheting back and forth. And then they all start to glow with this eerie purple translucent glow. I would like us to take our break, and we will pick up with rolling for initiative when we get back. So let's take a quick break, and then we'll return with the opening of this next battle. So here we go.
Awesome. Yeah.
This video is made possible by the patrons of Geek Philosophy. Through your support, we've been able to keep the Guardians of Getica project going, and we can't thank you enough. If you haven't signed up already, please check it out. As a patron, you'll receive early access to our content, exclusive polls, and shoutouts and videos just like this. You'll also have access to digital downloads of our adventure kits. It's our way of sharing the magic with you. Thank you for being a big part of our journey and exploring our love of geeky wisdom. And we are back. All right, so let's go ahead and roll for initiative, because you are now surrounded. Let me know what you got. I think you have a special ability with initiative, Evan, so make sure you check your sheet to understand what that is, but let's let me know what you got, Wisteria.
I rolled a 19.
19. Very good.
Yeah.
What you got?
I know I'm supposed to say it, but I don't want to talk about it. So, battle tactics gives me proficiency for proficiency dice to initiative rolls. With my d20 roll and my initiative dice, I got a 4.
So total was a 4. That's why you didn't want to say it. I got it. Well, that's all right. So I believe Wisteria will be going first.
Yes. Okay.
Right, so these dummies are like, moving around. They're kind of lurching, and then like you can hear the hissing of the shadow frights and see their purple glow and the shadows kind of engulfing it. So it's like as if they're moving these old ancient battle dummies that were used for training in the past. So what would you like to do?
I will. Oh gosh. I will flame burst. I'll kind of flame burst the one behind me, or the one to my left, I guess.
Okay.
And so I rolled to see if I hit it, and then a 5.
Yeah, so the flame burst, it does this weird, like, eerie thing where it goes and just moves out of the way of the flame burst, and then just, like, crouches down, and then, like, gets on its hands and goes like towards...
No. Alright, flame burst again. Yeah.
Okay.
The second flame burst is a 17.
That hits it.
Yes, and that's a d6 for damage. 4 points of damage.
All right.
And then I will yell to Evan. I'm going to help him. I'm going to yell to him and just say, Be careful, Evan. There's one in front of you and one behind you. Try to give him some, little heads up on things so he has advantage on his roll. Actually, let me think. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, so the one that you hit back here went try to get at you, and then when you hit it with the flame, it like basically vaporized all of that fright, and it goes, and then it turned.
Okay, then I'll yell to Evan. They're puny.
All right.
So what you did for Evan is to give him
advantage
on his next attack. All right, so
yes.
It is their attack, and this one up here, Evan sees you, and he goes and like moves like in these weird like jerky movements, and then comes up to try to hit you, and then it reaches out with like these training dummies don't have any real weapons in them or anything, but it seems to form like this purpley shadow type sword, and it slashes at you, and it goes like, it feels like it goes right through your armor. It doesn't physically go through your armor, but the energy goes through your armor, and it gives 5 hit points worth of damage to you.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5 on my hit points.
No, not on your hit points, but I mean like...
He hit you, and he did the 5 damage.
I rolled a 17 to hit you.
It's not very nice of you to do.
Well, I'm sorry, but they're not sorry. They're frights.
And that is why I will make them go 6.
This one also comes up on you, Evan. Rolled a 14. Does a 14 hit your armor class?
No, it does not.
All right, so it missed. So it is now your turn, and you have advantage on your first attack.
I'm tired of this. I'm just going hands. He hit me the first time. I'm just going hands. I'm not doing anything. I'm just putting my shield and my sword on my back, and I'm just dino shifting and then just throwing hands.
So remember, your armor class is going to come down with no shield, right? So that drops a little bit, and then you're just using your claws instead of your sword.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get 2 attacks, but you lost your armor class bonus because of your shield. So you're going to.
So how much is the armor class bonus?
You get 2 extra for your armor class, so you're now down to a 13.
Okay.
Okay, so which one are you going for?
I'm going for the one that hit me, the one in front of me. The
Okay.
one that's north.
This one. Good.
Okay.
All right.
You have advantage, so you can roll twice.
Okay. What is wrong with me? No, wait, hold on, I gotta add my proficiency. I got a 13.
13 does hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I got a 3.
He vanishes into a cloud of smoke.
I don't know.
You have what? 2 more?
so
Is
that
it
was
2
your-
more
that was
attacks?
one action. You have 2 more actions.
And then I'm just gonna
Actions.
I'm gonna turn around and then just attack the other guy.
All right. So you turn to attack this other fright behind you. What'd you get?
Hold on. I got an 8.
Unfortunately, 8 doesn't miss. It kind of like contorts itself around you as your hands are coming through to strike. It like turns its body so that it doesn't hit, and it is now. Do you have one more attack or one more action?
I think yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, one more action.
Okay. I'm just gonna try it again.
Okay.
I'm just gonna attack him again. Oh my god. I got a 10.
Unfortunately, a 10 doesn't hit either, so it moves out of the way. Starts laughing.
You're gonna laugh at me when you're about to. I've just been distracting you this entire time. You're about to get headshot by a flame burst. So I don't know why you're laughing.
All right, Wisteria, what are you doing?
All right, I'm gonna.
Frights for you.
Yes, he has. I'm gonna flame burst again. Ooh! No, that was not good. It was an 8 sideways, so it looked like a 20 for a minute. So an 8. Wait, plus you said with a proficiency. Am I supposed to be adding proficiency when I roll?
Wait.
Okay, 8 plus 6.
Stuff.
Okay, so.
Wait.
No. Sorry. It's a D4.
Right?
Yep. 9, 10. It's a 10. I did a plus 2.
So, are you shooting the flame thing again?
Yes.
Yeah, so that one goes a little wide and doesn't hit.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to try again.
Kaboom.
13.
That one hits, so flame engulfs it.
Okay.
And your damage.
2.
And it goes away. Basically, it's vaporized at this point.
Okay.
Is there any? Can I look around to see if there's any entry points to the room, besides the one that we walked in through?
Yes. So you see over here. So you came in this way. Down here where Wisteria is. Over here, where I've just put both of you, is a double door that you can now take a look at if you like.
Okay. Well, before we open any more doors, I'm going to go up and I'm going to mend wounds on Evan. I rolled a 6, so you get to go back up to your 5 that you lost.
That was more than I actually had.
Yeah, so you just go up 5 then. You can't go more than what you got.
You can't go up one more. You just go up to full. And that way wherever we go and you're good to go.
So the magic energy that Wisteria gives has this warm glow all over you, and you feel rejuvenated. Your energy comes back from that was drained by the fright, and you feel back up to full strength.
Just a yellow glow around you.
I'm turning Super Saiyan!
Okay, so can I look around the room really quick and see if there's anything in here? I mean, I know we saw everything's kind of moldering, but is there anything other than those dummies that or did they disappear too, or did they just fall back on the ground?
The dummies, some of them burned up a little bit, and the rest of them just kind of fell back onto the ground. You go ahead and roll an investigation if you're going to check out the room.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you're not really seeing much else other than this. It appears to be a bunch of old training equipment or weapons stuff, but this seems to be the armory.
Okay. So I just go back over to Evan where he's at the door and just say, okay, I looked everywhere and there's nothing else in here I think that we're missing. So.
Is the door made of wood? And is it locked?
The doors are all the same. They're all the stone construction.
Man!
Okay. Can I try the door handle, see if it'll let us open it?
So this doesn't seem to be latched. You can just push this one open. It's a double door, but both of them push open.
All right, push in.
I'm gonna push the other one with my foot.
So you can say you kicked it open?
Technically, I kicked it open.
Evan, the door kicker.
Yeah, it's getting my new thing now.
All right, so I'm walking ahead with the torch.
I thought you gave me the torch.
No, I didn't give you the torch.
When we walked in, yeah, you did.
I said, okay, here, you can have it then.
So,
you use both of your claws.
Oh, yeah. That's
okay,
my fault.
so
That's my fault.
So
never
you
mind.
can see another hallway that looks similar to about the size of the first one that you went in through the double door. So about twice as wide as the little hallway you walk down. And then it has a turn to the left that slightly narrows. And then it looks like it's a little bit farther down. If you're continuing to go, you can see that this opens up into a much larger chamber. So would you like to enter into that one? Or I don't want to tell you what to do. So you basically, you walked forward, you made a left, and then you walked about another 20 or 30 feet, and then this seems to open up into a much larger chamber, but you'd have to move closer to see what that looks like.
Oh, okay.
So, Evan, we can either go into that big open chamber, or we can go back and see if we can get the other door open down the hallway.
What if that's just the same room? Since it's like Brian said, it's bigger. Wouldn't that mean that it's probably connected if it's going the same way?
It could be. I mean, I don't know. We have to investigate. We'll have to go look.
Okay.
So you want to go forward into the big room, or do you want to go and see about opening?
I think I want to go to the big room because it seems like a boss fight chamber.
Okay. All right.
Gotta get
Young
some boss fight
Evan
music
wants
going
to
on
go
in here.
fight some bosses.
Gotta get some boss fight
So
music
you're
in
gonna
here.
enter
Doors.
that room?
Yeah, we're gonna enter into the big room.
So as you go down the small hallway, you enter into this, it's like a vast chamber, and it's supported by, it looks like, towering stone columns throughout this. So you are underneath the mountain, but even this is a huge room. And you can see as you walk in that there are tattered remnants of banners hanging on the walls. It looks like this might have been some type of grand hall where people would come together. Here again, there are swirling shadows around the edge of this huge chamber. And they begin this time to not take form on individual things like they did in the last one. Now they are seeming to merge together. They take the form of this huge, translucent, dark purple dragon.
Oh,
Dragon
no.
fight, let's go! I told you, Mama, this was a boss fight.
Wings. Its glowing eyes are fixed on both of you as it lets out this menacing growl.
Is this a book? Like,
Foolish mortals, you've made a grave mistake.
can I
Like
mimic it?
that mortal Miguel. You won't leave here as guardians. Skyshard is mine, and its power will not return to your kind. Neither will your memory of being a guardian. Roll for
Can I make fun of him and just like say it like in a high pitched voice? You'll never leave here as a guardian. Like, can I just mimic him in a high pitched voice?
If you'd like.
I would love to make fun of him.
I believe you should make fun of him.
I want to make fun of him. Yeah, let's make fun of him.
Okay.
Are you gonna make fun of him,
12.
Mama?
No, I'm not, because I'm terrified.
I rolled a 14. Wait, no, I gotta roll my initiative, my proficiency. I got an 18.
You also see in the back of the chamber a faintly glowing sword that's sitting on this large dais in the back. But this Shadow Fright dragon seems to be putting himself in between you and the sword. And I'm sorry, what did you get for your rolls? What did you get, Wisteria?
12.
12.
I got an
And you got what,
18.
Evan?
With my proficiency, I got an 18.
Evan, you are up first, and then Wisteria, and then me, unfortunately.
Dang, what roll did you get?
I rolled 3.
A 4?
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ. Alright, Okay, sorry, I heard something.
How are you attacking?
I'm just gonna run up to him and just try to jump on his back. Can I try to jump on his back?
Yeah.
Young Evan, don't make foolish choices!
All right. Roll.
Nah, I'd win.
Roll. Okay, so you needed to do a move for one of your actions because he's a pretty good way away, and then you're doing a jump and attack. So let's do a roll for that. Your attack action can have your proficiency, so you're trying to jump on the dragon's back. Okay.
Okay, so I got a 17. Does that hit?
17. So you're able to get onto the dragon's back, and now you have a third action you can do.
And just so like to make sure, can I would this count as an action if I try to grab onto his back with my claws? Would that count as an action?
Did that.
Yeah, you already did that. So you're saying
Okay.
you're trying to would it do damage? Is what you're asking.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, I'm asking that. Are you asking me if you are trying to do damage on his back while you're on there?
Yeah, I'm just try to slash out his back with my claws, basically.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a 6-sider, and we'll say that by you digging into, you can try to do some damage.
I got a 1.
Okay, so you did a point of damage by hanging on. Now you have a third action.
Then I'm just gonna attack.
Okay, so how are you attacking now that you're clamped onto this dragon's back?
Would it count as an action if I moved up to his neck?
So moving up towards his neck would be an action, yes? So is that what you want to do?
No. No, never mind. Am I near his wings, at least?
Okay, I got you right on his back. So
Okay.
what would you like to do?
Am I at least near his wings?
Yeah.
Okay, can I try to cut the wings off as an attack?
You can try that. This scale of this may not be as understanding. This is to scale. Meaning that's your
He's a
size,
big dragon.
and that's the dragon size.
Okay, well I'll at least try to do some
cut a
damage
wing.
to his wings. I'll at least try to do some damage to his wings.
So it's sort of like you being on the back of a small airplane.
Okay.
Or
Well, I got
a
15.
pterodactyl, whatever the one is called that is that type of thing.
Oh, I think it would be more of a Quetzalcoatlus because pteranodons are much smaller. Hey,
All right. Okay.
I have to learn about my own kind, okay?
That's true. All right. So are you? Oh, and I didn't ask. Are you in your dino form? You were in your dino form, right? So
Yeah, I am.
should
I
probably
am.
switch
I've been in
this.
my dino form for a while.
Yeah. Sorry, I just didn't. I'll put you in dino form. Okay. And so you rolled your attack.
Yeah, I got a 15, but I didn't roll the damage yet. What does it hit? At least
So that hits. That
Okay.
hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I got a 6.
Okay. He tries to pull out of the way, but it does a pretty decent amount of damage, and you can see the purplish, smoky shadow energy kind of dissipate a little bit from it. It is now Wisteria's turn.
Okay, I am going to... I'm gonna quick step closer to the dragon. And then I'm gonna flame burst.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
Nice.
Excellent.
Okay. Hold on.
5
I
points
gotta
of
do-
damage.
I gotta do something.
Excellent.
I gotta do something real quick.
Feels pretty battered.
I gotta do something real quick. My thing unplugged.
Don't touch it.
I can't.
I'll go
Great. I got to get that out. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh. Oh, that was a struggle. Okay.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay, so Wisteria, what are you doing?
I am hitting with a flame burst.
All right.
I rolled a 17
17 hits.
and a 5 points of damage.
It's starting to look a little weakened at this point. Excellent.
Okay,
Ready for another turn left?
I have one more turn left. I'm going to defend and give him disadvantage. The enemy.
All right, so he has a disadvantage on his next attack.
Yes.
All right. So, which is great because he is now reaching back with his neck and he's going to try to attack Evan. And misses you, Evan, with his first attack. He tries to snap because I did a disadvantage, so that was a lucky thing because I missed. But he's going to try again. This time, he grabs you. So you're now in the maw of this giant dragon, and he pulls you off of his back, and he throws you against this wall, and you take 6 points of damage. Foolish mortal. Then, to both of you, he reels back and he goes, and from his dragon's maw mouth, he just, this huge purplish flame-like stuff comes out, and it starts blanketing the entire area of the room. I need you both to take 5 points of damage each.
I'm at 4 health. I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I'm at 4 health. I did not say that out loud because I don't want him to kill me.
All right, and then for his last action, he's going to... you can't really see this too well because of... let's see, let me do this. That's going to represent the fact that he is flying up. It's like hovering up in the sky, out of reach. And it is now, Evan, your turn.
What am I even... well, I can help.
Evan, roll a perception check for me, please.
Okay. I got a 19.
When he did that, as you saw him move up, your clear eye of sight went straight ahead, and you see Skyshard sitting there. And now, it's on the ground, or laying on the table, and he's in the air. So
Okay.
Just that you noticed that because of him moving up.
Can I try to, like, run really fast, go underneath him, and then grab the sword?
Yes, you can try that. It will take you all 3 of your moves to get there, but you can do it. So 1, 2, 3, you can get to it. When you get to it, I want you, Ethan, to get up, go downstairs to where you normally eat, look on the chair, and then come back with what.
Okay.
Meanwhile, while everybody is waiting, thanks for watching again. If you like our Guardians of Getica example sessions that we've been having, please check out our Patreon. We've got all of the stuff that we use to make these sessions that are there. We've got adventure kits with the adventure outline and all the assets that we put together, like the artwork and all of the stuff, so that you can play these on your own and do them your own way, which is the fun way. Do it the way you like it.
Hold on. I want to do something funny right here. By the power of grace.
You did something funny. You did it.
That wasn't what it was supposed to be, though.
Mission accomplished. You did it.
By the power of grace, I have the power.
All right, so you now have the Skyshard. It is Wisteria's turn.
Okay. I am going to quick step to Evan, which means I can teleport to a space I can see. I can see him, right? Okay.
You can, yes.
And then I'm gonna mend wounds.
Wait a minute. Oh, this is gonna be great.
I rolled 4, so he gets 4
Okay.
hit points back.
4 points back. Evan, you get 4 points back.
You healed 4.
Frozen on my screen. Maybe it's just the... Okay, there we go.
Okay. And then with my last thing, I'm gonna try to flame burst him, I guess.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
This is a cool sword.
Okay. Come on. Oh, I rolled a 16. Okay, 16
Nice.
plus 3. So 19.
Yes.
And then I'm going to hit him for 5 points of damage.
Wow. So the flame burst goes up, hits the dragon. It starts to lose the a little bit of cohesion, and it pulls itself back together. But when it does, it is no longer flying. You knocked it out of the sky, and it's now
Knocked
back
him out of
down
orbit.
to the ground, and it's looking pretty rough. So it's now... that was your last action, I believe. It's now the the Dragonfright's turn.
I'm gonna be...
I am no simple dragon. I am Grimworm. I am the Lord of the Dragonfrights, and you will not vanquish me forever.
It rears back. Breeze flyer to this whole area. 3 points of damage to both of you.
Man,
It moves back. And it is sort of trying to heal itself, you can tell. Like it's using some of the lost shadows within the... It's drawing in those shadows to gain some more energy. And now it is your turn, Evan.
how many turns would it take to run up towards him?
1 turn to get there.
Okay, then I'm gonna run up to him. And I have the sword with me.
Okay.
So, and then, am I able to use the sword?
Yeah, sure.
Can I run up and try to, like, or not run up, but, like, can I jump and try to attack the head, or is that, like, just way too far up?
Sure, yeah. So you're going to try to jump up with the sword and chop at the Dragonfright's head?
Yeah.
All right, roll your attack.
Okay. I got a 21 with everything together. Okay. I got a 1 point of damage. Come on!
Okay, so you're 1 point of damage. Then, when you do that, the red crystal in the sword releases energy, and the flame from the flame burst that was just done by Wisteria is now on the blade of that sword. And it absorbed some of that flame burst energy that was cast by the Keeper, and it is now going to deliver that as part of it. So roll another 6 points of damage or D6 to add to what you just did.
So in total, with the second roll that I did, it's in a total of 5 now.
And as your flame strike with your sword hits the dragon's energy starts to dissipate. No! And all of the shadows that it was forming up release back into the room. And what's strange about that is not only do they go to the edges of the room, but they start to seep back into the walls and dissipate into the building itself. And then
So he's basically
are
escaping.
seen no more. It seems like it, yes.
He said
Oh,
we
so,
don't
so
live
he
forever.
he's just scared. He's just scared.
And with that, you have, for the time being at
So
least,
cool.
vanquished Grimworm.
Very nice. Okay, so this is definitely the sword we were looking for.
Yes, this is the sword you were looking for.
Okay, can we look around, see if there's anything else?
Yeah, so go ahead and roll an investigation for this chamber. And you can take a look to see if you see anything else.
I mean,
I rolled a 20.
If this,
Natural 20.
So
wait. It's
Af-
it's. Sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's weird that for all the perception and not any of the attacking and like basically just like nothing that's offensive and more like tactical, basically trying to find things. We get the nat 20s,
Yes.
but in combat, we get the worst rolls I've ever
It's the way it works
seen
sometimes.
in my entire life.
Yes.
it's the way it works sometimes. All right, so
Now
now that the shadow fright or the dragon fright seems to be gone, the room seems silent, and the rest. You do notice that the rest of the shadows seem to be receding, and now you also notice that the torchlight that you have and Skyshard itself is giving off a nice glow.
Nice.
It's almost becoming like a magical torch of its own, and
Awesome.
it's illuminating the area. You don't see anything that looks out of the ordinary. You do see like the architecture and where things were, and this seems to be sort of a grand meeting hall where they probably ate and had meetings and had other people in that era that would meet with them from other nations or something. But for now, you don't really see too much there. Evan, you do realize that this sword feels surprisingly light in your hands, and it feels almost as if it was waiting to be reclaimed. And so you have both done your job to reclaim Skyshard. So now, after retrieving, I should say, Skyshard, what would you like to do now?
Oh, I have a question. Can I keep the sword? Please.
Well, what's your mission?
Our mission is to
Retrieve it.
take it back to Guardian headquarters, so you'll have to take that up with the curator there.
I literally just beheaded a dragon with this, and you're not letting me keep.
Well, again, I didn't say no. I said you had to ask when we got back. I would like to heal both of us a little bit because we are hurting. So 4 points to Evan and 5 points to me. Because I still want to kind of go investigate that other route. Like, I want to keep going around if there's a way to go around. Or, I want to make sure that we didn't leave anything unlocked that we didn't see. So
You did, as part of that, and I'm sorry, I didn't mention, as part of the investigation, you do see that there is another hall on the other side. So that does seem to go back the way that you would have gone to the other door. So you can go down that hallway, which then will
can we go back that way?
towards the entrance again? Or you can go back the way you were and go through the other door that you didn't go through.
No, can we go back? Let's go the way that we didn't go so that we can have at least checked out all the little spots just to see if there was anything in there.
All right, so Evan, are you going that way too?
Yes, I'm going to follow Wisterio.
All right, so let's this. All right, so you follow that one side along, and then as you're traveling through, you go down the hall, and this time make a left, which would take you back toward the same direction that you came from, which would have been where you think the other room might have been. And so on this side of the door, it would be pulling to open it. It still seems latched to open this double set of doors that are there. Would you like to investigate to see how you can open it, or?
Yeah, I want to kind of do the same. You know, before it was a brick on the wall. Can I look to see if there's anything like that here?
Yeah, so this just seems like it just needs... This is a set of double doors similar to the one that you guys pushed through previously. I just think it needs to be pulled a little bit to open up.
Okay. Okay.
So as you go through, the two of you seem like you can manage to get this one open. As you do, though, you... Let me come back up. So you can kind of see, like, there's a little bit of water that comes when you open it up. And it seems to be sort of an empty room, about the same size as what the armory was. But this one seems to be, there's discarded gear that's kind of all rotted at this point. There seems to be that there are bunks that are lining the walls. So this might have been the barracks.
Okay.
The problem is, like, where you just opened it up, you're looking through and you're seeing a bunch of debris right in front of you, as if you would have had to get through all this stuff had you come through this room to open this door that you just opened from this side.
Okay.
And so it's almost unpassable from this direction to go that way without doing a lot of effort to move all this rubble out of the way, and where some of the wall has caved in and things like that. It also looks like there's a good portion of the floor is submerged, like a bunch of murky water covering the floor, leading almost to where you see a door at the other side, which is what you think is the door that you would have had to open on, from the one that you put in. It's the single door instead of the double door.
Okay, well then let's just turn around and go back out the way that we came in then, because this just looks like it's harder to pass through. What do you think, Evan? You want to head back the other way?
Yeah, I
would like to, hey, as we're doing that, Evan, I would like to stop out there and talk with him about, and give him, I think that this little trinket might be his, so Miguel's. So can we stop and talk to him before we leave?
Mom, you also forget, you also have to give him, we have to give him the pastry, remember?
Oh yeah, we gotta give him a pastry. Mom. Oh, Wisteria.
I was not talking in
Mom.
game.
Who's Mom?
I was not talking in game. I was not talking about in game.
Okay. Yes. So can we'll go back out the way we came in. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll move this along a little bit. You kind of go through, you've gotten Skyshard, you head back up that long path. It takes you a little while. You get back to where the city was. You enter into the front gate. It's a little darker now. It's getting to be farther along in the day. And you do see near that front post, you do see that Miguel is standing there. He's talking to another lady. She seems to be a little shorter than him. She appears to be owl folk, and they're having a conversation, probably his boss. So they're kind of talking together, and he sees you sort of coming up as you're approaching with Skyshard and moving back into the area. So what would you like to do?
Well, we might have to go back to the bakery first. So
the bakery's still open.
Yeah,
So it looks like,
the bakery's still open.
unfortunately, it looks like it's closed for the day.
Okay. All right. Oh well.
Wait,
I want to.
Never mind. Sorry. How about we just give him the amount of money that he needs to get one of those? Just give him the money that he needs.
I think it'll be fine. I think he said he couldn't take gifts anyways, so I think it'd be okay. But I'd like to walk over to him if I could, and just say, hey Miguel, sorry, we met you earlier, and we went down to the ruins and explored, and I found this, what it kind of looks like it might have been a necklace or a broken medallion or something. And you had said earlier you thought that you had one. And so I just wanted to, give it back to you or ask you if you recognize it.
Ruins? What do you mean, ruins? I'm not sure. And then you can see, very quickly, the lady that he's talking to is kind of like, Miguel, did you let these people go into the ruins? Well, ma'am, it's not so much let. I mean, they were here on official field trip business, so they just asked where the entrance was. I mean, okay, well.
Yeah, we weren't trying, we just have this for protection just in case anything happens.
She kind of turns to look at you and then looks down. She's like, you found it. Interesting. And she looks over to you, Wisteria. Are you of the Guardians then?
Oh, yes we are. We were sent to retrieve the sword, and young Miguel here helped us, even though he doesn't seem to have a fully intact memory of things. But he helped as much as he could.
He's like, what do you mean, memory of... Listen, I know I'm new at this job, but I remember you were just here. Look, and then she's... It's all right, Miguel. Please, see to your duties. I will speak with these two. And then he's like, yes, ma'am. And he walks off. And then the owlkin lady kind of just says, my name is Polly Stormfeather. I am the head of security at this town, and I can see that you are both guardians. So,
yes, yeah.
You will understand that sometimes during battle, unfortunately, there are guardians that lose their memory and their ability to perceive the frights. Miguel is one of those cases. So,
oh, how unfortunate.
He was the last person to bear that sword, actually.
Miguel carried it?
Yes, it is in his family line. He goes back to the original Guardians, and it was passed down through the generations. Wow. But alas, he left it when he was on an excursion there.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We did encounter a dragon fright named Grimclaw in there, and
I think it was Grimborn. I think
Grimworm.
Grimworm, yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't seem like he was going to be permanently vanquished. So, maybe keep an eye out for that, for people who are going back down there. Like, he seemed like he said he was the father of all dragon or frights or something along those lines, Yeah. I mean, somebody really important. But we took care of him with fire.
I beheaded him with this sword, so yeah. Kind of just cut him off. Literally.
Impressed by your bravery, Guardians.
From life in his memory.
I'm glad you were able to retrieve it. Thank you for helping us in this area.
Yes.
Do you know of Grimborn or Grimworm? I can't remember. Yeah,
I do know of Grimworm.
Oh, you do?
He's one of the oldest frights that we know of. He's been around for years.
Is there a way to permanently? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I guess we got to head back to headquarters now. So we can
Yeah.
turn in the
Give my
sword.
best to everyone there.
We will, Polystorm Feather. I'm Wisteria Featherton, by the way.
Featherton.
Oh, sorry. Flufferton.
You forget your own
got-
name. It's
No, I
almost-
got her last name and my last name mixed up. Okay. I'm Wisteria Flufferton, by the way. Just helping out the Guardians.
It's nice to meet both of you.
My name's Evan, so yeah.
This is Evan Dragonclaw.
I like kicking down doors.
Well, thank you so much for letting us know what happened with Miguel. And, you know, it's unfortunate he lost his memory, but we're going to take the sword back to headquarters and turn it in and see what they would like us to do with it.
Very good. Safe travels on your return back.
Thank you.
All right. So, as you wrap up your meeting with the townsfolk, and you discover a little bit more about the what's going on with Grey Worm, let's move into our mission debriefing. So we will say we've made it back. So I want to think about, you know, what are some things that we've done in this mission to spread the message or learn more about the message, reconnect with the elders, and how did you protect the realm? So this is an important piece of what you're trying to do as Guardians, and also think about what kind of lore you might have discovered as we go through this. So when we take a look at your badge sheet, when we go through each one of the sections here in detail, so if you can turn over your character sheet and look at your badge sheet, let's look at the categories here. So for spreading the message, are there any things that you did to help spread the message that might give you some progress towards one of the badges that you're working on?
I think we might have gotten the Lorekeeper badge because of the that one ancient empire that was in the like with the ruins.
Donren.
Yeah, Dawn.
Empire?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a
Okay.
mark towards your Lorekeeper badge that you earned. Great. Anything else?
I don't
The
know.
Trailblazer.
So
Navigate and guide my friends through tough and dangerous new areas.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we were, we were climbing down into the mountain and stuff. Maybe helping isn't the right thing. I mean, I had the torch, but
Yeah.
help to navigate. But that's okay. So I don't see anything else on here then.
Okay. Let's
me.
talk about reconnecting with the elders.
Okay.
Anything there?
I think we might have. No. Hold on. We might have gotten the cultural liaison thing
Liaison?
badge. Like, yeah, because we were talking with that elder, and she told us about the battle with Miguel and
Yeah.
like with the sword and
Grimworm.
stuff. Grimworm, yeah.
Grimworm.
Okay.
Man, it's a hard name to remember.
So that's either the elder lore or it's the cultural liaison. It might be more elder lore
Okay.
Yeah,
because we gained knowledge that Grimworm is one of the oldest frights, and that he hasn't been fully vanquished. That he'll be back.
Yes.
it,
Go ahead and mark it.
Would there ever be a way that we could kill him, like permanently?
No, we don't know.
All right. What about protecting the realm?
Protecting the realm.
Oh, I defended a place or group from scary frights, keeping everyone safe. I think I kind of did that because I literally just beheaded a 50-foot tall dragon over there.
Okay.
I used magical healing to help my friends. So
Yeah, you did it like 3
touch
times.
badge.
So let's.
I think you did that like 3 times.
Yes, you
Yeah.
definitely did that. Now, looking at what you've got so far, are there any that you haven't had a chance to get that you're looking forward to try to find out what you can do to earn those badges? Any of them on your sheet that you're marking off on now that you haven't gotten yet in your mission so far?
We haven't got a stealth shadow yet because no, we're not gonna talk about why.
Because you like to kick down the doors?
No. I don't know what you're talking about, Wisteria.
I would like to have a chance to get the Nature's Guardian badge. I want to help protect the plants and animals.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Do you have one from each one of the categories?
Yes. The generation badge we get, that would be cool to get. Help kids and elders work together to protect the realm. And then the harmony badge helps solve a disagreement between people or with the fairy folk.
I think the cultural ambassador one we haven't gotten yet, but I think that would be cool.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple.
All right, well, keep track of what you got and where we can go with those. Well, thanks so much for joining us for this Halloween edition of the Guardians of Getica campaign series. Appreciate everybody for being with us on this adventure, but stick with us for next time, and we will catch you then. So thanks, guys. See you later.
Bye.